proyecto Visible o Visible.
Okay. We'd like to start with this quote from Rancière that goes like this. Artists are those whose strategies aim to change the frames, speeds, and scales according to which we perceive the visible, and combine it with a specific invisible element and a specific meaning. Such strategies are intended to make the visible invisible or to question the self-evidence of the visible, to rupture given relationships between things and meanings, and inversely to invent novel relationships between things and meanings that were previously unrelated. So basically, with visible, which subtitle is when art becomes visible as part of something else, we wanted to open a research project that had several steps, as we will see in a moment. They wanted to discover, to shed a light on all those artistic practices that are more visible in other fields, that is not necessarily the artistic one. By saying that, we maybe...
Bueno, primero que todo, quiero empezar dando una cita de Jacques Rancière que dice: los artistas son ellos cuyas estrategias están dirigidas para cambiar los marcos, las velocidades y la escala, acordes a las cuales percibimos lo visible y combinamos lo visible con un elemento invisible específico y un sentido específico. Entonces, digamos que uno de los elementos más importantes del proyecto Visible son fenómenos artísticos que sobresalen no solamente, digamos, no fundamentalmente dentro del mundo del arte, sino que están conectados con otras áreas de las prácticas sociales.
Siguiente. Here you can see the subtitle, no? Where art leaves its own field and becomes visible as part of something else. The idea that started from Michelangelo Pistoleto's idea, a manifesto, Progetto Arte, that Judith will speak about, that he wrote in '94, was really the idea to shed a light on those alliances, on those networks that are built by artists in the specific zeitgeist of our contemporary mediascape, which artists, in order to make art viable of something else, of a social value, needs to really change the way in which they approach the usual art system, and need to invent many times, in many occasions, in many contexts, new ways to work. I think Elena Producciones is already an example of artists that had to invent something that wasn't existing before, that is not necessarily recognizable as an art piece at first, but that in the end becomes let's say a product, it becomes a work that allows other things to happen and allow people to have another perspective on the social sphere through the artistic practice. And I think what we've seen tonight as a more, let's say, traditional art pieces is already speaking about how art can become an element for social transformation.
Bien, lo que va a explicar Judith va a explicar ahorita sobre el manifiesto proyecto que se hizo en 1994, y lo que quieren ellos es iluminar un poco lo que está ocurriendo en el espacio mediático del arte y digamos que dirigir la mirada hacia proyectos que, como decían anteriormente, aparentemente no pertenecen de una manera evidente al mundo del arte, sino están conectadas con otras prácticas sociales. Y por esta razón es que Elena Producciones se ganó en este año el premio Visible, porque, como hemos visto esta noche en las conferencias y en las exposiciones de hoy, Elena está articulando unas otras formas de hacer arte.
Before letting you explain you, I want to go to this. Basically, what Visible is a research project in contemporary art that was initiated by Pistoletto Foundation Città dell'Arte. This is the foundation started by Michelangelo Pistoletto himself, and Fondazione Zegna, that is a foundation from a fashion enterprise that is tightly connected with Pistoletto because they belong to the same town in the north of Italy. And the mission, the aim of Pistoletto Foundation has always been the one of connecting art and social change. And with this award, with this publication, as you will see, because Visible is many things, the idea was really to create a productive agency to make this, let's say, this relationship between art and social change something concrete, something real.
El proyecto Visible comienza como un proyecto de investigación dentro del marco de la Fundación Pistoletto, de la Fundación de Michelangelo Pistoletto, el artista de arte povera, en conjunto con la Fundación Zegna. La Fundación Zegna ha trabajado de una manera muy cercana a Pistoletto, porque ambos están en la región del norte de Italia. Digamos que lo más importante de este proyecto de investigación de la Fundación Pistoletto y digamos del apoyo que le está dando la Fundación Zegna en este momento es conectar el arte al cambio social.
Next one. So we see here an image related to an action of Michelangelo. This is the work Walking Sculpture. It was realized in 1967 in Torino, in north of Italy. And maybe it's quite a significant work because it was the moment that Michelangelo was opening his studio, and he invited different artists, musicians, scientists, and filmmakers to join his platform that he was creating for everybody, the studio. He opened it. And in this sense also Michelangelo has this wish to create spaces and share spaces with other intellectuals and experts coming from other fields, to create spaces for reflection but also spaces of mobilization, and also to give possibilities to that artworks becomes also public actions in that sense. So we see here
en esta imagen podemos ver una acción, ¿podemos la imagen anterior, por favor? Para ver de nuevo. Una acción hecha por Michelangelo Pistoletto. En ese momento es una acción muy significativa porque en ese momento él acaba de abrir un estudio al cual él invitaba cineastas, científicos, artistas y expertos de diferentes áreas a trabajar en conjunto en su estudio. Entonces, digamos que esto refleja el espíritu de lo que es el proyecto Visible, para permitir, digamos, la creación y la movilización del arte, digamos, a través de diferentes espacios.
So of course, it was from the studio also the wish from the studio to open the studio and go out and bring the art into the society. So, and we make now the switch to 1998, where Michelangelo founds Città dell'Arte. It is a laboratory, a center for contemporary art. But it's also an international residency program for young artists and thinkers and people coming from different fields of knowledge that meet 4 months a year and develop projects that are socially engaged practices. And of course, parallel to this residency, there is also a program of exhibition and conferences, and they have developed special projects also. And Visible is coming up in this context. So it was an idea in 2009. We discussed with Michelangelo We wanted to create a platform that in a certain way gives space to this research project. And in the beginning we were speaking about an exhibition project, but then we thought it would be quite expensive because we wanted to involve a lot of people, a lot of curators, a lot of young artists that could share this research with us. So we were choosing rather to make a publishing project.
Entonces, de esta manera, en 1998, Pistoletto funda Città del Arte, y dentro del programa de Città del Arte hay una residencia de artistas y también que también acoge a pensadores, y se encuentran 4 meses en el año en donde generan en conjunto proyectos, digamos, de transformación social. Muchas gracias. En el 2009, entonces surge, digamos, a partir de estas iniciativas de Città del Arte, surge la propuesta de hacer visible, ¿sí? de crear un proyecto visible como un espacio, digamos, de exhibiciones, de conferencias y de proyectos especiales. Entonces, digamos que en un inicio se busca crear un espacio de exhibición, pero resulta muy caro gestionar este proyecto. Entonces, con lo que se comienza es con una publicación. Y esta es la primera edición, de hecho, del proyecto Visible, que es el primer paso del proyecto Visible.
So, because we were also discussing in 2009 already with Michelangelo that we wanted to create an award, a prize for social engaged art practices, and this research that we wanted, that we made for this publication in collaboration with 9 young curators, was a little bit of a research that prepared this art, because there are existing many grants in the world for artists. But we wanted to create a special grant which was also gives to the artist the possibility to produce and to produce artworks in the public sphere. So rather than to produce an artwork that is presented in an institutional space, we wanted really to go in different contexts of the world and choose a project that could be realized in the public sphere. So we committed these 9 young curators to make a research in their geographical, political, economic landscape they are part of, and to present art practices that are inspired by this context. And so we could create a publication that had 9 chapters, 9 different curatorial approaches, and with 41 art practices that present critical observation on the social context they are living. So,
entonces, de esa manera, establecer una colaboración con 9 curadores jóvenes y pensando en dar una beca que no fuera, digamos, como la mayor parte de las becas que se dan a artistas individuales para crear proyectos artísticos, sino más bien para producir, no una beca para artistas para hacer proyectos de arte específicos que se presentan, digamos, más que todo en espacios institucionales, sino más bien dar una beca para producir trabajos que se generan en la esfera pública. Entonces, en 9 países, esos curadores estuvieron trabajando con proyectos que están enfocados en una observación de los contextos sociales determinados en los cuales están.
And we go a bit faster towards the, shall we go forward to? Another one, please? No, forward. Okay, another one? No, huh? Okay, thanks. So the step 2 of Visible. Step 2 of Visible is the award, and it's the reason why we are here, because the award, after the publication, we said, okay, we now want to make this project become an agency for production for artworks in the social sphere. So we extended the curatorial board, the curatorial advisory board, and we started to ask these curators for projects, and we gathered 30 projects that were then shortlisted to 15. And then a jury composed by us, by Ute Metabauer, Ansuri Kovris, Opri and Weser, Michelangelo Pistoletto and Andrea Zegna from Zegna Foundation, chose as the winner for the first Visible Award, Elena Producciones, that was awarded last January in Serpentine Gallery in London. And the reason why we awarded Elena Producciones is, maybe I translate and then we go to this.
Es de esta manera que ellos llegan al paso número 2 del proyecto Visible, que ya se constituye como el premio, y esa es la razón por la cual ellos están aquí. Elena Producciones se ganó el premio Visible en el 2011. Ese premio se le dio a Elena Producciones en la Galería Serpentine en Londres. Y digamos que la elección del proyecto ganador se dio a partir de un comité formado por estos 9 curadores que habían estado trabajando desde estos 9 países. A partir de 30 proyectos que se presentaron, 15 fueron seleccionados, y de estos 15 Elena Producciones se ganó el premio.
¿Qué se ganó? We go forward. Can you just skip one after the other? Visible then started an activity for screenings, for libraries, for exhibitions, for conferences. If you go further, it's okay. Yes, we just say a thing in the end, but what we want to say basically, just if you go forward, you see other artists like Pedro Reyes from Mexico or Ming Wong from Singapore, and we would like to just show you also to break down, maybe because it's the third conference you're hearing, so we can break down a little bit the rhythm of this. And we can go to here you see images, documentation from the several activities. We can show you one video by Nasty Mosquito that was one of the 4 finalists, because Elena Producciones won, as we just said, but the other finalists were Nasty Mosquito, Yang Yejang Group from China, and Nasty Mosquito is from Angola, and Marinella Senatore from Italy. So we just want to show you the first video, so maybe you can start to understand also how Visible is a platform that is flexible and it's open to many different approaches and medias, and let's watch this.
Lo que van a mostrar ahorita son otros de los proyectos que fueron seleccionados dentro de los 15 que fueron seleccionados de los 30, para que ustedes entiendan un poco más de cómo funciona el proyecto Visible y este premio, y del tipo de proyectos en los que está interesado el proyecto Visible. Entonces, él les va a mencionar de nuevo los nombres de estos artistas y los países de los cuales vienen.
Nasty Mosquito de Angola, Marinella Senatore de Italia y Yang Yejang Group de China. Vamos a ver Nasty Mosquito. Ok. So maybe with another, I don't know, maybe starting.
That is how we became they became those became it. That is how a race was born, a race begun. Simplicity became hostile. Healthy black monster, not different. That is how culture became ritual. People became tribe. How ignorance did become history. Well, so you, I, it, Protestant. Well-told story. Healthy black monster. Strategy, pure belief, or the will of the hunter respecting its prey.
one is an episode of Baby Mars by Pedro Reyes. That is a TV series that was broadcasted in the US. We see an episode.